Hello everyone. My name is Cassie and I'm going to be very new to this YouTube scene. I have done Facebook Lives and stuff, but I am hopping in here as a new homesteader. I'm calling it an apartment-stead. I have 2 raised beds. I garden in buckets and bags as well. This year, I'm super excited. My landlord has agreed to let me do meat chickens. So I'm doing this video to introduce myself, where I'm from, and a little bit of what I do in the garden. As a new YouTuber, not new to gardening at all. I have been gardening ever since I can remember. Growing up, actually, my grandmother lived 2 houses down from where I am, and the first thing I can remember doing on my own was potatoes. I grew them in her backyard from store-bought potatoes, and it worked. But this year I have a, let me actually try to show you. Out there in that fence is my garden. There's 2 raised beds. As you can see, I'm a big fan of Roots and Refuge. If you can see the cattle panel trellises out there. That's my garden space. Beside that, I'm going to be doing my chickens. Probably in the wooded area, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to move them around. I'm starting chickens, getting a lot of stuff used. So to start chickens, you don't have to spend all kinds of money. So I'm getting a lot of stuff used. I'm super excited. But I'm in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. If any of you know where that is, it is way north, if you couldn't tell. We're in the middle of a snowstorm. This is actually like no snow compared to what we usually get. Most of this actually came last night. We usually have more than this time of year. It is February, and looking out there right now, it makes me so sad because for so long we had no snow and I was so eager. I'm like, oh, spring's gonna come early, spring's gonna come early. I am in garden zone 3, low 4s. We have approximately 90 days of growing time. So there's a lot of things that I struggle with. Peppers. Peppers is a thing that I really struggle with. I found a new variety this year, King of the North. I'm going to try my hardest to grow them this year because I love peppers, but I just never have been able to make them work. So for now, that's all. I'm gonna put in some clips. I'm gonna film my my seed collection. I'm gonna do a couple things in this video, and hopefully you all like it. I will talk to you in the next clip. All right, I am back and I'm sitting down. We're gonna have to play. I don't have a lot of filming space in my house. I was gonna go out and film this in the garden area today, but snow is over my boots and I don't have snow pants. I am 25 years old and I'm at that age where I don't have kids, so I don't really go out in the snow. We don't snow machine because of our work hours, so we're not really out in the snow other than shoveling. The only snow pants I have are my hunting pants, and I don't want to dig those out right now. But let's get into my seed collection. This year, for the first time, if you know this package, this is the first year I've ever ordered from Baker Creek. I have an MI Gardener order coming in. It's been delayed, but hopefully it'll be here soon. So, new seeds this year, and I'll do another one when I get my MI Gardener order in. I think I only have 4 or 5 packs from there, so not too many. But the free seed pack this year from Baker Creek is the Japanese wasabi radish. I'm actually super excited to grow this. I am a big radish eater, and I love wasabi. We love sushi. We don't eat it in northern Vermont, though we go to the ocean to eat that. So this one is a longer grow out than most radishes. So that's a brand new one that I wasn't even expecting. I told you I got the King of the North pepper. So super excited to grow this one because it is created to grow in colder northern climates. hopefully I can get that to grow. I'm gonna also try banana peppers. I've never been successful with those. I got this pink bumblebee tomato. So if you all know Roots and Refuge Farm, Jessica is a huge tomato grower. She's one of the first homesteaders that I actually fell in love with. The tomato loving did not come from her though. It came from my great grandmother. So there's a lot of tomatoes in my collection. I am a family of 2, me and my boyfriend. He's not a big tomato eater. Last year I grew 10 tomato plants, and I'm like the only one eating them. So I just love them. We can our own diced tomatoes. That's as far as I've got with canning tomatoes, because that's the product that we use the most. And green beans, oh my goodness, green beans this year or last year were so abundant. Oh my. For 2 of us, I have almost 40 pints of between dilly beans and regular green beans. I don't think I'm gonna have to grow beans this year, so I have a whole empty trellis to experiment, and I will show you after this what one thing is I'm going to be experimenting with. This is the black strawberry tomato. This one has been all over Baker Creek's Facebook. Every time I get on Instagram or Facebook, I see this tomato. So I had to grab it. Look at how many little tomatoes there are. Super excited. All right, so for the open trellis, I'm gonna have 1 trellis is for cucumbers exclusively. The second trellis is my play trellis or my bean trellis. So 2 years ago, I've been gardening at this property for 4 years now. So 2 years ago, I tried to grow peas. Again, so we have a really short spring and it gets hot fast. Peas did not do well. I'm gonna try to do peas again this year. My boyfriend's asking me to do that. So I'm gonna try. And on the other half, I'm going to try melons. So I got the Kajari melon. I tried to get short grow varieties. I forget how many days. Forget how many days. This isn't telling me right quick, but I got the Kajari melon again from Roots and Refuge Farm. Jessica Sowards loves the Kajari melon. It's a smaller melon, so I'm hoping I can get it to grow. I did order another small one from MI Gardener, hoping that those come in soon. So I just got these 5 varieties from Baker Creek. Other than that, I keep my seeds in, this is from the Dollar Tree, you guys. It's a interlocking lid, but I'm about at capacity for this thing. So I'm going to be getting soon one of the photo cases to keep my seeds in. I have been with a couple companies selling things. I just barely got done that to start this journey. But we got these little Ziploc bags to send out our products. So I have a ton of these and I'm super excited because they are perfect for seed saving. These are seeds from my green beans from last year. You guys, I decided to take keep a limited amount. I only use 1 trellis for beans. And this is enough for many years. Plus, I still have seeds from like the original planting packet. So I've gotten to the point where I know what works in this space for me pretty well. I'm trying to find my beans in here. That's the one thing about this, is I can't tell unless I flick through where my beans are, where my tomatoes are. Yada yada yada. So I know it works pretty well here. So this year I'm going to be destashing a little bit on my seeds that I don't use. We have it's a tiny library, but we do seeds there too. In the spring they put a seed bucket. So I'm just gonna drop off. I might, if I have a seed packet with quite a lot of seeds in it, I might split it up into those baggies so that multiple people can use them. But I'm gonna be donating to the seed bank this year because I just don't need all these seeds. I have 2 raised beds out there. They're 4 foot by a little over 8 feet. But I don't need this many seeds. Plus, every year I buy seeds. And if you're a gardener, you know that it's pretty impossible to not buy seeds every year. So let me just, where are my, I have set aside what I plan on growing this year. Let's start here. So all those seeds that I showed you previously were, I'm going to try to grow those this year. I also pulled out maybe bear with me here. This bucket has dumped before and things get all mixed up. So yeah, I have pulled aside the YOLO Wonder Sweet Pepper. I may or may not try this now that I got this. I had picked out before I got the King of the North pepper. The banana pepper. Most of my seeds are MI Gardener. We don't have very many good seed providers in my area. I'm in a very small town, so I order a lot online. The Autumn Beauty Sunflower. I love to put these in the corners of my beds, as well as the Velvet Queen Sunflower. This one didn't, well, it came up for me last year. I had somebody tending to my garden when I went on vacation, and they thought it was a weed, and they pulled it out. I was so upset. I'm going to try the White Bush Scallop Summer Squash. I usually do the yellow one. Last year, the seed that germinated was from the seed packet, and it was almost like a hybrid. It didn't look like the scallop squash, and it was very tough, so I didn't eat them. This year I'm going to try the white variety. The Black Beauty Zucchini, one of my favorites. I only usually grow one. This year I found a new way that we love eating it and shredding it and freezing it. I can use that all winter long. So I'm going to grow at least 2 of these plants this year. I have the Roma tomato from Callie Kim. Those, I pick them, I freeze them, and then I still haven't processed. I still have some jars from last year. I'll be processing this month all my diced tomatoes. My next weekend off, I'll be processing those. So, the pineapple tomato from MI Gardener. This one's a 75-day to maturity. We're doing the National Pickling Cucumber. I have the Space Master Cucumber from Callie Kim. And then I may or may not plant these. I have a mixed bean pack from MI Gardener. These are a bush bean. I may plant a few of these just so we have some fresh eating beans this spring, and not all canned, so we can save them for next winter. And then I have sugar snap peas. These are burpee. These seeds are 4 or 5 years old, so we will see. I'll plant 2 in every hole. We'll see what comes up. Then I have my radishes. I love radish varieties. I have been a radish fan since I've been very little. Been gardening with my grandmother forever, and she can't grow a radish. Like, she has the hardest time. She's an extremely good gardener, but seems to not be able to get the radishes to grow. So I've always been the radish grower. My grandfather loves radishes, so I grow them here now, and then I drop them off a couple times a week, sometimes mostly like once a week. I'll drop them off when they're in season. So I have the early Scarlet Globe radish. I think I have another one coming from MI Gardener too. And then I got that Japanese wasabi radish, which is a daikon style. Never grown a daikon style, so we'll see how that one goes. The Lady Slipper Radish. This one was really good last year. The Purple Plum. These were harvestable when I was away on vacation, and my grandmother, she was the one who was taking care of my garden, didn't see them, and they all ended up splitting and getting really woody. And then I have the Cherry Bell, which I have not grown yet. We have 2 different varieties of carrots. I have the M.I. Gardner Imperator carrot. And then I have a burpee carrot, the Denver 126. Then I have some lettuces set aside. I have a red salad bowl from Callie Kim. I have, oh my gosh, you guys, this seed packet is also like 5 years old. I'm trying to go through my older lettuces this year. This is the Paris Island Romaine. I don't usually let my lettuces head up. I usually cut and come again with them. Because there's only 2 of us, we usually don't need a whole head of lettuce. And I like to mix and match. I don't like to use just one variety. I have the Black Seeded Simpson from Callie Kim. All right, you guys, I've had these. This was my first online seed order 4 years ago. Look how many are left. I plant this variety every single year. I've never saved seeds from them. It's crazy. And then I have the Red Romaine from Callie Kim. And then, I don't know if you can see those ones in there too. I don't plant those ones every year, but... So that is everything I plan on planting. And then I have all of this. This is crazy. I have a couple carrot packs. I would split these into at least 3. That's the one I used last year. So, new pack. I'd split it into like 3, put it in the box. So somebody else can benefit. Onions. I don't grow onions from seeds. I've tried. It doesn't work for me. So I'm going to put these in that box again. Actually have another pack. I got these. This is an unopened pack. I got these and then I ordered garden sets from the place in Texas. You all know what I'm talking about and I can't think of the name right now. Oh my goodness. That's going to drive me crazy. Yep. I have a spaghetti squash I've never grown. I've got a bunch of herbs. I'm going to try to start those from seed again this year. If that doesn't work, I'm going to end up donating those seeds. And I've been just purchasing from a local nursery my herb starts. I have some more peppers that I've never been successful with. I have a crazy amount of lettuce and spinach, beans. I have the Scarlet Runner bean that I was super nervous to grow last year, so I didn't. Just because I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. I wanted it for some pops of color. So I'm going to keep this for another year. And if I don't then use it, I'm going to donate. And then, y'all want to see my stack of tomato seeds. This is nothing compared to like big time gardeners. But for somebody who's the only person in their house eating tomatoes, it's a lot. So I have, these are just ones that I'm not growing. The Tigerella, I grew these last year. I liked them, but I've got some new varieties I want to try this year. And this one wasn't as prolific as all my other ones. I have the Marglobe tomato from Callie Kim. I have the Golden Jubilee tomato, again from Callie Kim. This one is an AAS winner. I have the beefsteak tomato. I have the Tiny Tim tomato. A red cherry tomato. Again, these seeds here are 5 years old. And they would still grow. I just am choosing not, those aren't varieties I want to grow this year. I have the Brandywine Pink. I'm trying to limit myself to 8 plants this year. We'll see if I can do that. The White Cherry. I grew those 2 years ago and they were really good, but they all split. They were very, very thin-skinned and they all split on me, so I haven't grown them again yet. The Large Red Cherry Tomato. Most of the cherries I have in here are red, so I ordered some stripy tomatoes this year. The, I can't pronounce, peach tomato. I grew this 2 years ago. It was okay. Very, very different texture. I liked it fresh out of the garden. After it sat in the house for a couple days, it wasn't my favorite. The Hillbilly tomato. This one is a 90-day. I've struggled with getting this to completely ripen, and then 2 years ago I grew that and we had a massive early freeze and I lost the majority of those still green. So, and then I have the Aunt Molly's ground cherry. Grew these 2 years ago. I liked them. I think I grew them in the wrong spot in the garden because I went out to pick and some little thing had eaten all of them. So, and these are the Blue Lake pole beans. Those are the that I saved. But yeah, so the Aunt Molly's ground cherries, I only got to eat a couple. Put these back in the bin. Then I have one other thing to show you that is going, well, it's already in the garden. I just want to put these away first. I am doing purple glazer garlic this year. This is all planted. There's 36 in there. It takes up about half of one of my beds. So last year, half of one of my beds was onions. This year, I decided garlic. I'm super excited. We go through a ton of garlic. Planning. Next is Sorry, you guys are going to get motion sickness. My phone is set up on a TV tray and I keep bumping it. So garden planning. Let's go to the garden first. I do use Clyde's garden planner. I just got the new one that says Roots and Refuge. This one's the MI Gardener one. So I'm going to give one to my little sister, who this year is her first year really gardening. And then I'm going to keep one for myself. But I love that thing. Don't mind the dates on here. Don't mind the chicken scratch. This is the list of varieties I have planned to plant this year. A full page in the notebook. That's how I keep track of what I'm planting. I have abbreviations for if I have to start them inside or plant them outside. And then I put down the date. I'm going to go back and adjust some of these. These seem a lot earlier. I'm going to go back. I have everything in the same notebook. I'm going to go back to the past few years and see if they all line up or not. That's for the garden. Then chickens. I'm still doing a bunch of research. I have a chicken page. I'm going to do about 20 meat birds. We're planning on doing Cornish cross. There's a variety locally we can get that takes a little longer to grow out. We need them to grow out in 8 weeks or just a little over that because we take a vacation 4th of July. I have to start my birds in mid-April. I have to brood them in mid-April to have them ready to process before we go on this vacation. So that's the garden plans this year and a little bit about me. This first video is going to be fairly long for a first video, but we will get this out and published. And I don't have a name yet. I've been thinking about the NEK, which stands for Northeast Kingdom, NEK Gardener, small town something. I haven't thought about it yet. Well, I have, but I can't think of it yet. So for now, my page name's just going to be my name, maybe with gardening somewhere in that. So I can't wait for garden season. I will keep you all updated. I will definitely let you know. We'll film when I bring my greenhouse in to start my seeds. I'll film seeds starting. I do a lot of home cooking, so we'll film some of that. Tonight I'm doing a venison roast. I would love to film that, but my kitchen is not clean enough for me, to want to film that today. It's been a crazy week. We just got back from a vacation, so I will see you all next time.